over at the Amazon Environmental Research Institute, and she joins us now from Sao Paulo. I left the most important sentence to last. I mean, considering the Amazon and how crucial it is to the health of our planet, I'd have to say that the failure to come to an agreement on a common policy amongst these 8 countries to end deforestation in the Amazon is concerning.
Hi, hello. Good to join this debate, and I don't think it's the Amazon Summit has been a major summit, given the context that for 14 years there was a gap of reuniting all these countries that shares, a high proportion of the Amazon rainforest, which is considered an ally for the saving all of us in terms of the global climate crisis. So although the document of the summit doesn't have like a very strength agreements in terms of the timeline and the amount of effort that each country has commonly joined to curb deforestation, especially illegal deforestation. It's a sign that the commitment that Brazil generated through the new elected President Lula of has showing the ability of curbing deforestation by 42% over the past 6 months. And given that Brazil has the majority of the rainforest, this can set an example of like effort to, avoiding deforestation and the leakage of deforestation to the bordering countries that share the Amazon. So
Okay.
I think the summit itself has it is strength after 14 years of hiatus.
Okay. I appreciate your optimism on this. All right. Let's leave aside the Belém meeting for a second and look at the situation on the ground. There is an overwhelming consensus within the scientific community that our planet is going through a climate crisis. Many have warned that the rainforest may be approaching a critical tipping point that could see the Amazon transformed, into a grassy savanna. And this is going to have huge implications on biodiversity. At the current rate of how things are going, what is your scientific opinion in terms of how close we are to a tipping point?
Oh, this is truth. I'm also a lead author for the IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change. And then the Amazon is listed as the first out of the 5 main reasons to concern with climate change, giving the susceptibility and vulnerability of the ecosystem to transition to a different state or to get to this point of no return, the tipping point, the ecological tipping point of the Amazon has been expected to be approaching like sooner than expected by the scientific community. So we have some parts of the Amazon ecosystem, especially in the southern hemisphere, where deforestation rate has been greater, and fire incidents, all those process leads to the likelihood of we are approaching this point of no return, this tipping point. It's really an evidence. Although there's like some scientific gaps in terms of when, where, and how this tipping point will be unfolding in the Amazon ecosystem. We have already witnessing signs of the proportion of the rainforest that has been degraded as well as consequence of increasing climate change. So we know that a recently paper that published that what is left from the Amazon region, almost 38% is in a state of degradation. So that means that the forest is not performing their role, especially in terms of carbon emissions and humidity that's and the precipitation levels that is necessary to maintain a health tropical forest. So this is definitely a reason for concern, and this is also a push for these leaders to get together and understand that we have like a severe limits to adaptation once this ecosystem is impacted and risk under severe um, greenhouse emissions and
Yeah.
increasing temperature global warming.
Okay. Patricia Pinho, thank you very much for joining us here on the News Hour. Do appreciate it. Thank you.